What's up, guys? We just got out of the Fallen Order panel, so I thought, who better to talk to about video games than Battlefront Updates? So thanks for being here, Elliot.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're just going to run through kind of what we saw at the panel, what we learned about the game. Well, I guess big stuff first. It's coming out on November 15th.
Yep.
They said it is a fully story-driven game. There's no multiplayer, no microtransactions. I'm thrilled that they specifically said it's not a button masher. I was afraid it would be kind of a Force Unleashed. I just didn't want it to be a thing where you're just running around hacking stormtroopers down left and right. But the idea of thoughtful combat, I like that a lot. What were your
Yeah, I like the
takeaways?
fact that this seemed like they did mention the lightsaber and how it kind of evolves. And seeing some of the footage in the trailer, it makes me think that you might not even have the lightsaber from the start. So you might just be using force powers maybe, and that's why you gotta be thoughtful. And I don't know, at least I got it could be like that, since they were very like secretive about the lightsaber. And are you sure it's his lightsaber? Maybe he finds it. Maybe that's what he's looking for, because you can see one part in the trailer he's like opening something up and there's the Jedi Order insignia, so maybe he's looking for a lightsaber.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that at the start. I mean, yeah, he's a hidden Jedi, so he shouldn't have a lightsaber being thrown around. And so yeah, it could just be force powers. That's a good idea. And it did have kind of like this, we're exploring ruins, we're looking for some ancient weapon. I like that the lightsaber looks kind of broken, kind of symbolic of
it's
the
really
way the Jedi Order
though.
is.
I feel like it looks kind of strange, almost like a dual, like a double.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it could have been a double-bladed at one point that got damaged.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. It could have been.
It's kind of symbolic of the Jedi Order and how it is busted and it needs to grow again or something.
Yeah.
But so the main character is Cal. I will say, like, strangely, I got a lot of Caleb Doom, Kanan vibes from this.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like it seems, it's weird that they name him
something so similar.
Yeah, but it's not him.
Yeah.
But then the same story, so it's a bit strange. Couldn't they just gonna gone all out Kanan then?
I think it's gonna be pretty different pretty quickly. Early on, it does have this thing where it's like, yeah, he's in like some sort of manufacturing or like scrapyard thing, and that's kind of what Kanan was doing. He took odd jobs and he's in hiding, but then he uses his force powers in a time of crisis and he becomes discovered. So
exactly.
I think that's all probably going to happen pretty early, and then they'll go off and you'll be on the run, and I think their stories will diverge.
Yeah.
They also talked about the new droid.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
BD1.
BD1. Yeah, exactly.
I'm terrified for that thing now because they likened it so much to a dog.
Yeah, they said it was like a friend and not a sidekick or something like that.
It's literally Cal's best friend, and it was like modeled partly after one of the developers' dogs, and I'm like, I will protect that thing with my life.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it or even what it sounds like, but
I wonder how much it's gonna be like in the gameplay, because it's really small. Because I was like thinking about Iden's droid in Battlefront, which actually like opens doors and shocks people and stuff. If this is just gonna be like a kind of cinematic, like story-driven droid, or if it's actually gonna be able to like fight or something like that.
Well, they mentioned it had a flashlight on it.
Oh yeah, so that
I think it will play into the mechanics, and it'll probably do different functionalities. Hopefully, you get to use it more than you did Iden's droid. Like there was that one level where you got to use it.
Exactly.
And
when you control it. Yeah, that's right.
So hopefully, you get to do more with with BD1. They also talked about Seer. I think they said her name was. It was the like Jedi Knight, former Jedi Knight, I guess, also in hiding. That's kind of a mentor. They didn't go into very many details about that, but I don't know. What did you think of her?
I don't know. I don't actually remember too much of what they said about her.
They didn't say much at all.
Yeah, so that's probably why I'm like, I don't. Was she in the trailer?
Yeah, just briefly, and they just said that she was like a mentor, but not really in the Jedi sense.
Okay, so she's probably not a Force user.
Well, they said she was a former Jedi Knight.
Oh yeah. Still, that's true.
I don't know.
yeah, because it sounds like he was pretty like early in his training, and that he needs to learn to use his Force powers during the game, which means he probably needs a mentor. It's hard to just teach yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what I would guess. It makes sense that he has a mentor, and that's also why I think at the beginning he might have very little Force powers, no lightsaber.
Yeah.
But then he gets stronger and stronger. I mean, not like Force Unleashed stronger, but
Right.
but on a more realistic level.
Able to handle yourself,
Yeah.
especially against like these enemies that they introduced.
Yeah.
Or didn't really introduce because
Yeah,
they introduced them in the comics.
Yeah, that's true. And that also, they didn't show a lot of combat in the trailer. I mean, I know they said it was a story-driven trailer, but it was hard to get any idea of how it's gonna like how you're gonna play the game. Because when he's like standing with that purge trooper like doing like this, obviously that's not gonna every fight's gonna look.
Right.
And they didn't really show any. They showed him kind of running, trying to jump, dodge some stormtroopers and similarly, but it was very sparse on like gameplay hints, I would say.
Yeah, they didn't go into the gameplay at all. It was all just story, which so far the setup for the story I think is a good one. And I like this idea that maybe we're going to be looking for some kind of Force relic, but the second sister Inquisitor and the Purge Troopers are the enemies they introduced. They also said, of course, like there'd be normal stormtroopers, but yeah, both of those were introduced in the Darth Vader comics by Charles Soule. The second sister's only like literally in one frame.
Oh,
of the
okay.
comic. It was
so
clearly
she's not like a main character there.
no, it was clearly just like a look. We set
Okay,
this up
yeah.
kind of thing. The Purge Troopers got to do a lot more, and
How strong were they though? Could they handle a Jedi or?
yeah, I mean, in the comic, spoilers for the comic, but it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
They get turned on the Inquisitors. A Jedi like is able to use the Force to trick them.
Okay, so they're not that strong then.
I mean, well, they're former clones at
Yeah.
that point, so he
Okay.
basically activates Order 66, so they start shooting all the Force users.
Okay, that's interesting.
And they take down Inquisitors, so
I should read that.
it's really good.
Yeah.
I love that comic.
And that was something. I saw a lot of comments, a reaction to the trailer. They don't specifically say how long after Order 66 it is, but it's stormtroopers and not clones we're fighting.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. Do we know how long it takes for them to? Because some of the stormtroopers are clones in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So do they? How like what's the span of them changing the clone outfits to the stormtrooper outfits?
I would guess that this is like 5 years or
that far?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just a guess based on what we saw in the trailer and just the vibe
Yeah,
I felt.
true.
But I have no idea.
Yeah, all the things he was kind of looking for. I think he found a dead clone, right?
Yeah.
And then also that place he opened up with like the Jedi insignia. You're right that it didn't look like it was just after it happened, but it was.
And they're disassembling
True,
like
that
Clone
too.
Wars era
Yeah.
ships and stuff. So I don't know. This is just a guess. I let's see if there was anything else. No, that's pretty much it. Everything I had written down.
Let's see what else I had. I don't know. Yeah,
I
one
mean,
thing.
that's all I had.
Yeah,
If you
okay.
want to save it for your video, but if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like one thing I know a lot of. I mean, EA Star Wars hasn't had the best time. There's been issues in canceled games. So I'm curious. I really hope this game will go down well and it will be good and it will be a longer story, not just like 6 hours or something.
I can't imagine it would be overly short when it's just a
Yeah.
single player game and that's it.
But they never mentioned. It sound like they want to dismiss like, oh, there's no microtransactions. There's only story, no multiplayer. But the length has always been something people like. Well, if it's a good game, and it takes 4 hours. Then it's kind of bad. But
Yeah.
I don't think so though. They were working on it. Didn't his Stig say he joined 2014? So that's like 5 years.
Yeah, they've been talking about this since like they made that first EA video that they put
Exactly.
out. So yeah, hopefully it's nice and long. Like as long as it's, I don't know, to compare it to like an Uncharted game. I really love the Uncharted games. So as long as it's as long as one of those, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Right.
But that's pretty much all that we learned today. But still, I really liked the trailer. I'm even more hyped for it and just glad that we're finally getting a full-on single-player, just Star Wars story that you can play and live through. It's been too long.
Yeah, definitely. And something that's actually canon and like builds into, like you said, links into some of the comics and things
Yeah.
like that. It's not just pull down Star Destroyers, which is cool, but it's actually everything, every little thing in this game is going to be in like the canon universe.
Yeah, I'm into it, and I can't wait to see more from it. So you can watch the trailer now, and you can also head over to Elliot's channel where we're going to discuss it more from his point of view. So check that out. But thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Always.